I'm Mr. Seconder, the librarian at Gale Middle School, and I'm happy to share some books that all connect with the idea of overcoming. We all have obstacles in our lives, whether they're challenging relationships with others or difficult situations. When we look to literature, we can see examples of characters that are often in seemingly impossible situations, but they rise to the challenge and confront their difficulties with strength and determination. I'd love to share some great examples. In We Own the Sky by Rodman Philbrick, Davy and his older sister Jo have been recently orphaned after their mother dies in 1924 Maine. When cousin Ruthie shows up at the funeral, she invites the kids to go on tour with her and her flying circus. She wants to hire them to work there. They will travel with her, staying in small towns in New England, performing at air shows in fields with dirt tracks and sleeping in tents in between the shows. Ruthie is a pilot, and a good one. And many of her performers are Catholics, French Canadians, or immigrants, which catches the attention of the growing Ku Klux Klan movement that is spreading in the area. Soon, Klan members are showing up at the air shows and trying to cause trouble. Davy and Jo are going to have to fight to defend their newfound family in this exciting historical fiction. That's We Own the Sky by Rodman Philbrick. Let's stay in the air to explore Stateless by Elizabeth Wein. This historical fiction novel imagines a world on the cusp of war in Europe. It's 1937, and as a final attempt at peacemaking among European countries, a group of young flyers will compete in the Olympics of the Air in 1937 Europe. This symbol of peace is the brainchild of the rich Lady Frith. One flyer will represent each country. Stella North is Britain's representative, even though she is secretly stateless with no country of origin to return to. She meets with other teen pilots, like Tony Roberts from France and the German Sebastian Rayner. The teens will fly from country to country in time flights and compete in those times. They are to be escorted by former World War I aces like German pilot Major Florian Rosengart and the Blue Topaz and Lady Frith, and spend all day flying and their nights going to dinner parties with royalty. This lovely idea goes wrong from the jump, as accidents in the air are seen as evidence of sabotage. How can these teens be ambassadors of goodwill with their countries at the brink of war? This is a thrilling and well-researched novel, and you'll be drawn into this world leading up to war. That's Stateless by Elizabeth Wein. Now let's put our feet firmly on the ground for this last graphic novel, Play Like a Girl, a graphic novel by Misty Wilson and David Wilson. This is a nonfiction graphic novel, a true story of author Misty Wilson's life as a 7th grader in a small Texas town. Misty decides to try out for her middle school football team and drags her best friend Bree along. Misty and Bree show up for tryouts, and many of the boys are pretty hostile toward them. While the boys make Bree want to quit, Misty really wants to prove them wrong. She sticks with it and learns how to tackle and play well despite the challenges of some of her male teammates. Off the field, however, Misty is finding that she and Bree don't have all the same interests anymore. Does Misty have to be one kind of person on the field and another kind of person off? Can she really keep up with the boys once their games start? She certainly has lots to overcome in this novel. And that is Play Like a Girl, a graphic novel by Misty Wilson. I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to share some of the books that I've been reading recently. I hope you'll check one out or ask your librarian for a recommendation. I'm sure it'll lead to something great. See you in the library.